أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد بن عبد الله، سيد الأولين والآخرين، وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين، وعن التابعين وتابع التابعين لهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. وبعد، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. All praise and thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We thank Him for our life, and we thank Him for our health. We thank Him for Islam. Now, and we also send the greatest blessings and peace and salutations to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his household and his companions and all those who follow their footsteps with sincerity till the end of time. Alhamdulillah, inshallah, we have come back today as it is known to us that inshallah our previous lesson we started with the lessons of Arba'un Hadith of Imam Nawawi. Inshallah, we engage in summarizing the biography of the author of the book, that is Imam Nawawi. And inshallah, today we shall kickstart from the book itself, inshallah. And beginning from the book, as it is every book, before you start the content of or the information you seek to disperse or the knowledge to be given, there's a need for an opening introduction. For that matter, Imam Nawawi also gave his introduction, which inshallah we shall look at the introduction of Imam Nawawi, inshallah, which is directly from the book. Now, Alhamdulillah, Muqaddimah al-Imam al-Nawawi, that is from his book, the introduction, that is the introductory speech of Imam al-Nawawi. He begins by saying, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, قيوم السماوات والأرضين، مدبر الخلائق أجمعين، باعث الرسل صلواته وسلامه عليهم، إلى المكلفين لهدايتهم وبيان شرائع الدين. Imam al-Nawawi introduces his book by telling us that he first of all praised Allah, saying Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, all praises and thanks are due to Allah, Qayyum al-Samawat wal-Ardin. Allah, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, that is, all praises are due to Allah Rabbil Alameen, the Lord of the worlds. Qayyum al-Samawat wal-Ardin. Allah, He is the sustainer of the heavens and the earth. Mudabbir al-Khalaiq Ajma'in. He is the sole controller and director of all creatures. Ba'ith al-Rusuli. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who sent His messengers. Salawatuhu wa salamuhu alayhim. Blessings, may the blessings and peace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala be upon them. Ila al-mukallafin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He sent, Imam al-Nawawi says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends these messengers, may the peace and blessings of Allah be upon them, that He sends them to al-mukallafin, to the responsible, creatures of Allah, lihidayatihim, He has sent them to guide them, wa bayani shara'i ad-din, and to also explain the laws of the deen, that is the principles of Islam. بالدلائل القطعية وواضحات البراهين. Imam al-Nawawi says, that's what Allah has sent them, the messengers, to the responsible ones, to guide them and explain or clarify the principles of Islam to them by means of الدلائل يعني القطعية, outright evidences that are very, outright, very plain, decisive, no any argument with them. وواضحات البراهين, and then with clear proofs. That is to mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down the messengers to those people that need guidance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they, the messengers, they came to explain, to guide those who needed guidance, and that is by explaining to them what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordains, or what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants of His rules or laws, and then they came with evidences and proofs that were very clear. أحمده على جميع نعمه وأسأله المزيد من فضله وكرمه. Imam Nawawi continues and said, أحمده على جميع نعمه. I thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala على جميع نعمه, for all His bounties, for all His favors upon me. وأسأله المزيد من فضله وكرمه. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for more min fadlihi, for more of His bounty, wa karamihi, and His generosity. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Then he says, I testify that there is no deity but Allah alone. Al-Wahid Al-Qahhar. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is alone, He is one and only Al-Qahhar, and He is the prevailing. Al-Kareem, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the generous. Al-Ghaffar, and He is the forgiver. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ سَيِّدَنَا مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ. And I testify that our Master Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His servant and messenger. وَحَبِيبُهُ, and His beloved. وَخَلِيلُهُ, and His dear friend. أَفْضَلُ الْمَخَلُوقِينَ. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the best of creatures. Al-Mukarram bil-Qur'an al-Aziz. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is honored with the Quran, with the glorious Quran. Al-Mu'jizat al-Mustamirra ala ta'aqub al-Sinin. He is blessed, he is honored with the Quran, the glorious Quran, which is a miracle, a continuous miracle, a miracle that does not end, it continues. Ala ta'aqub al-Sinin. It continues, in every time, meaning every year that comes and ends, comes and goes, the Quran mu'jiza, the Quran miracles, it never ends, it never stops. وَبِالسُّنَنِ الْمُسْتَنِيرَةِ لِلْمُسْتَرْشِدِينَ. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is also honored with the tradition that is enlightened, the enlightened tradition of his, that is his sunnah, the mustarshideen, for those who seek for guidance. Al-Makhsus bi Jawami al-Kalim, which is distinguished for comprehensive speech, wa samahat ad-deen, and to ease the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Salawatullahi wa salamuhu alayhi. The peace and blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is upon our Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, wa ala sa'ir al-nabiyyin, and upon all the prophets, wal mursalin, and the messengers, wa ali kullin, and to all their household, wa sa'ir al-salihin, and all the righteous people. Now, so Imam al-Nawawi begins with his book by praising Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also sending salutation to the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then also telling us about the prophets of Allah and the messengers of Allah and all that they have come with, telling us that all that they have brought were evidences and proofs that came to enlighten those who want guidance. For Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent them to us to come and guide us. Now, and Imam Nawawi proceeds and says, Amma ba'd, and said, after all this, or to proceed with, فَقَدْ رُوِينَا عَنْ عَلِيِّ بْنِ أَبِي طَالِبٍ وعبد الله بن مسعود ومعاذ بن جبل وأبي الدرداء وابن عمر وابن عباس وعنس بن مالك وأبي هريرة وأبي سعيد الخدري رضي الله عنهم من طرق كثيرات بروايات متنوعات أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال: من حفظ على أمتي 40 حديثا من أمر دينها بعثه الله يوم القيامة في زمرة الفقهاء والعلماء. رواه البيهقي. Imam al-Nawawi continues and tells us that it has been related to us, فَقَدْ رُوِينَا, it's related to us, an Ali ibn Abi Talib, from Sayyidina Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, and from Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, from Muaz bin Jabal, and from Muaz bin Jabal, and from Abi Darda, and from Ibn Umar, and from Ibn Abbas, and from Anas bin Malik, and from Abu Huraira, and also from Sayyid al-Khudri. May Allah be pleased with all of them, that it has been related from all of them, min turqun kathiratin, from so many chains of ahadith, biriwayatin mutanawwi'atin, with different varied narrations that all these people have brought. They have there are hadiths that are so many that have come with this hadith in different narrations. That anna Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam قال, he said, من حفظ على أمتي 40 حديثا من أمر دينها, that whoever preserves على أمتي, for my ummah, 40 حديثا, 40 hadiths, 40 hadiths, min amri diniha, and these 40 hadiths are concerned with the religion of Allah. From with the religion concerning its religion, the religion of Allah, which Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the messenger. That whoever preserves 40 hadiths concerning the deen, concerning the teachings of Islam, بعثه الله يوم القيامة في زمرة الفقهاء والعلماء, that such a person, Allah will resurrect him on the day of Qiyam, on the day of resurrection, among the jurists and scholars. He would be awakened from his grave, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will put him amongst the scholars of Islam and the jurists of Islam. This is narrated by Hadith. Now, وفي رواية بعثه الله فقيها عالما, And in a different narration, the ending part said, بَعَثَهُ اللَّهُ فَقِيهًا عَالِمًا مَنْ حَفِظَ عَلَى أُمَّتِي 40 حَدِيثًا مِنْ أَمْرِ دِينِهَا بَعَثَهُ اللَّهُ فَقِيهًا عَالِمًا. In a different narration, the ending part says that Allah SWT shall resurrect him فَقِيهًا, as a jurist, عَالِمًا, and a scholar. وفي رواية آخر يعني لأبي الدرداء, and Abi Darda's narration also said that من حفظ على أمتي 40 حديثا من أمر دينها بعثه الله وكنت له يوم القيامة شافعا وشهيدا. That whosoever preserves 40 hadiths concerning its religion, the religion of Allah, by Abu Darda, he says, I will be for him. Prophet says, I will be for him on the day of resurrection an intercessor and a witness. وفي رواية ابن مسعود, and Ibn Mas'ud narration said that قيل له أدخل من أي أبواب الجنة شئت, that whosoever preserves 40 hadiths concerning the deen of Islam, بعثه الله يوم القيامة, Allah shall, he shall be resurrected by Allah, and it shall be said to him, أدخل من أي أبواب الجنة شئت. It shall be said to him, that is from the narration of Ibn Mas'ud, that it shall be said to him, he will be told, enter any doors, enter through any doors of paradise that you wish to. وفي رواية ابن عمر, and from the riwayah, from the narration of Ibn Umar, he says that كتب في زمرة العلماء وحشر في الشهداء, that whosoever preserves 40 hadiths concerning the religion of Allah, بعثه الله يوم القيامة, أي كتب في زمرة العلماء وحشر في الشهداء, that for him, from the narration of Ibn Umar, that person, he will be registered amongst the scholars and resurrected among the martyrs. He will be put among, when he's resurrected, he will be written amongst the scholars and the martyrs. So Imam al-Nawawi here seeks to tell us that the 40 hadiths that he has actually compiled, he has a reason why he compiled, that 40 hadiths. He didn't just do it, just for doing sake. Someone might ask, why 40? Why is it not 30 or 50 or even 100, but 40? So Imam al-Nawawi is seeking to tell us that he actually compiled the hadith of Prophet ﷺ up to 40 because of a reason, and that reason is the hadith of the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, which we have just actually reference to, and in fact they have come with so many narrations of Ibn Umar, Ibn Mas'ud, Ibn Abbas. They have all brought their different narrations, but all having the head, that is man hufiza arba'ina, man hufiza ala ummati arba'ina hadithan min amri diniha ba'athahu Allahu yawm al-qiyamah. Then the ending part, they all had their different narrations, and that is what Imam al-Nawawi is seeking to let us know, that he made it 40 hadiths for a reason, and the reason is that he has based the number 40 based on this particular hadith that Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said. Now, the Imam al-Nawawi continues and says, وَاتَّفَقَ الْحُفَّاظُ عَلَى أَنَّهُ حَدِيثٌ ضَعِيفٌ. But Imam al-Nawawi says that, but that it is actually Huffaz, those who are memorizers of the hadith, that they have actually agreed, they have all agreed that this hadith, the hadith that he just quoted, that it is amongst the rank of this hadith is da'if. That is this is a weak hadith. He has brought the hadith right, but then he has actually been sincere to let us know that this hadith is da'if. وَإِنْ كَثُرَتْ طُرُقُهُ, that despite there are so many chains of narrators, despite the narrations are so many from all these companions I've mentioned. وقد صنف العلماء رضي الله عنهم في هذا الباب ما لا يحصى من المصنفات. Then he said that scholars, apart from this hadith, basing his reason with this hadith, which is even da'if, he said that scholars have compiled within this context, okay, countless collections. Scholars قد صنف العلماء رضي الله عنهم في هذا الباب ما لا يحصى من المصنفات. Scholars have actually also uttered so many books, they have written books, okay, based on this 40 hadith, that 40. They have compiled so many books that is also a book that contains a hadith which numbers 40. That there are so many scholars, of his past, his scholars. So at least apart from the hadith, even though it's weak, he's also basing his reason for making it 40 because they have had so many prominent scholars who have also done their works of hadith, and they have made it to be 40. They have compiled 40 hadiths. Now, and that's what Imam Nawawi is informing us to also be. That should also be a reason why he has also made it to be 40. فأول من علمته صنف فيه عبد الله بن المبارك. Then he is saying, Imam Nawawi is saying that the first one I have known. He is saying that the first one he knows to have actually compiled a book which contains 40 hadiths of the Holy Prophet ﷺ is one scholar called Abdullah ibn Mubarak. ثم محمد ibn Aslam al-Tusi, then another scholar called Muhammad ibn Aslam al-Tusi al-Alim al-Rabbani. Then another scholar called Muhammad ibn Aslam al-Tusi, who is a very a big knowledgeable person in Islam, that he has also compiled a book of hadith which is 40. ثم الحسن ibn Sufyan al-Nasa'i, another scholar called Al-Hasan ibn Sufyan al-Nasa'i, popularly known as al-Nasa'i, and he has also compiled a book of such which is 40. Abu Bakr al-Ajuri, and then another scholar also called Abu Bakr al-Ajuri has also compiled a book of 40 hadiths of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. Abu Bakr Muhammad ibn Ibrahim al-Asfahani, another scholar called Abu Bakr Muhammad ibn Ibrahim al-Asfahani, popularly known as Asfahani, he has also compiled a book which also contains 40 hadiths of the Prophet ﷺ. Dar al-Qutni, and another scholar called Dar al-Qutni, he has also compiled a book of 40 hadith. Hakim, and another scholar called Hakim has also compiled a book which numbers 40. Abu Nu'aym, another scholar called Abu Nu'aym also have done that. Abu Abdurrahman as-Sulami, another scholar called Abdurrahman as-Sulami has also done that. Abu Sa'id al-Malini, and another scholar called Abu Sa'id al-Malini, he has also compiled a book of 40. Abu Usman as-Sabuni, popularly known as Swabuni, he has also compiled a book of 40, which numbers 40. Abdullah ibn Muhammad al-Ansari, another scholar called Abdullah ibn Muhammad al-Ansari has also done similar thing, compiled a book which numbers 40 hadith. Abu Bakr al-Bayhaqi, another scholar, popular scholar, also called popularly known as Bayhaqi. Now he has also done something like that. He has also compiled a book which constitutes 40 hadiths of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. وخلائق لا يحصون من المتقدمين والمتأخرين. Then he says a lot have been done. He says a lot have been done with all these from the beginning of ulama and then the ending of the first part of the ulama, that is the awwalin, those the early parts of the ulama, and then the later parts of the early of the ulama and then the later ulama. They have done all this, have compiled a book which numbered 40. That is uncountable. It's uncountable. That human beings, you can't count it, especially students of knowledge, that they are there. A lot of works have been done that constitute 40 ahadith. So Imam al-Nawawi here, he seeks to actually inform us that he compiling the ahadith up to 40 is for a reason, and the reason is what he's actually outlined for us. First, he has given us a hadith that even though it's da'if, that hadith suffices him why he should make it 40. And then secondly, he has had a lot of scholars. A lot of scholars have actually also done this. A lot of works which constitutes 40 ahadith. They have also done that. That it's uncountable. It's uncountable. It's uncountable that they have actually done this. But then, because of that, he's also actually copying what they have done. And for that matter, he has also stood up to write these 40 hadiths. Now, so we continue. And Imam al-Nawawi continues, and then he said that despite all this, despite the hadith, and then despite the ulama that have done works of that sort, he also, saw the need to actually copy what they did. But despite that, he didn't just get up to write. No, that he didn't just get up to start writing. He didn't just get up to start writing. So before he did that, he did something. Before he wrote the book, he compiled the book, he did something. And that is, وَقَدْ اسْتَخَرْتُ اللَّهَ تَعَالَى جمع 40 حديثا اقتداء ما شاء الله بهؤلاء الأئمة الأعلام وحفاظ الإسلام. Then he continued by saying that, and I have made istikhara to Allah, to the exalted, concerning the collecting of 40 ahadith, the 40 hadiths, that he has made istikhara, he has taken the permission of Allah to also help him to also compile 40 hadith. And he did this iqtida'an bihaulai al-a'imma. He did this trying to exemplify all these scholars that he has mentioned, and all these memorizers of the Islam, the hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That he did all that to what? To exemplify them, to copy what they have done. وقد اتفق العلماء على جواز العمل بالحديث الضعيف في فضائل الأعمال. That, and then initially when he said the hadith that he quoted with the 40 hadith, that initially though he said it is weak, now but then all ulama, all scholars of Islam have all agreed that using or working with a weak hadith, that it is permissible. It is permissible to use a weak hadith. To work, to use a weak hadith to be able to actually establish a point. Okay, fi fadail a'mal, that when it comes to these that are very good, and these that will earn you a good reward, even if the hadith that tells you to do that good is weak, as long as it is something that is good, it tells you to do a good deed that would earn you a reward, that ulama have accepted that it should be used when it comes to that. Now, وَمَعَ هَذَا فليس اعتمادي على هذا الحديث بل على قوله صلى الله عليه وسلم في الأحاديث الصحيحة. Imam al-Nawawi continues and tells us that upon all this, despite all that he has brought, the hadith and the ulama that have done that so far, he said, فَلَيْسَ اعْتِمَادِي عَلَى هَذَا الْحَدِيثِ, that the hadith I quoted earlier is not what I am depending my reason on. I'm solely depending my reason on. No. Imam al-Nawawi says he is not actually basing his reason for doing it 40, for compiling this hadith, that he's not basing it on that particular hadith, but rather ala qawlihi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is basing it on the saying of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam fil ahadith as-sahihah, in other hadiths that are very authentic, which is لِيُبَلِّغِ الشَّاهِدُ مِنْكُمُ الْغَائِبَ رواه البخاري. It is a continuation of a particular hadith. That is the ending. That لِيُبَلِّغِ الشَّاهِدُ مِنْكُمْ الْغَائِبَ. That is one prophet. It is a hadith the Prophet sallam actually said that that was when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually gave a lot of advices to the Muslims at his time. Then he ended it with this phrase. Then he says, لِيُبَلِّغُ الشَّاهِدُ مِنْكُمْ الْغَائِبَ. Then he said, let the one present amongst you convey to the absent. That is how it ended. So meaning, whatever Prophet Muhammad has brought to the Sahaba, Prophet told them that whatever he told them of good deeds, of whatever in the hadiths, Prophet told them that make sure what I am telling you, convey it, or those of you that are present, the companions, convey it to those that shall come later. That shall come later, that shall come and not meet me, Rasulullah, they will not meet you, the companions. But then they would hear from what I said. So make sure you convey it. So the companions, they started conveying to the tabi'in. So they conveyed the hadith till Imam al-Nawawi also took this and saying he's also writing all or compiling these hadith just to what? To convey what Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam has given to the companions and ordered that it should be done that way. Rawah al-Bukhari, it is narrated by Imam Bukhari. وقال صلى الله عليه وسلم, and the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم also said that نَضَّرَ اللَّهُ إِمْرَأً سَمِعَ مَقَالَتِي فَوَعَاهَا فَأَدَّاهَا كَمَا سَمِعَهَا. And in another authentic hadith, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم says that نَضَّرَ اللَّهُ إِمْرَأً, that may Allah blow the face of a person. سَمِعَ مَقَالَتِي, a person who heard my statement. فَوَعَاهَا, and then he grasps, he preserves my statement. فَأَدَّاهَا كَمَا سَمِعَهَا, then he also in turn convey it as he has heard it. Rawahu Abu Dawud. MashaAllah. Imam al-Nawawi is seeking to tell us that despite the hadith that he gave and the works of the past scholars, that he's not basing his work on them, but then he's basing his work on this two authentic hadiths, where the Prophet said, لِيُبَلِّغِ الشَّاهِدُ مِنْكُمْ الْغَائِبَ, let those who are present here to convey it to those who are absent. And then another hadith where Prophet said, نَضَّرَ اللَّهُ إِمْرَأً سَمِعَ مَقَالَتِي فَوَعَاهَا فَأَدَّاهَا كَمَا سَمِعَهَا. And then that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blows or makes radiant the face of a person who hears my words, my statement, and then he preserves it and then also convey it as he hears it. Inshallah, I think our time is fast spent, and we are not done with the introduction. So inshallah, for the sake of time, we shall end our lesson for today. Inshallah, in our next lesson, then we shall continue with the introduction of Imam al-Nawawi in his own book known as Arba'un Hadith. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.